Happy New Year, everyone. Of course, it is now 2021, and if you're listening to this, I want to congratulate you for making it through the wretched year of 2020. And I think I speak for most of us when I say it was wretched. I mean, come on, guys. It was pretty terrible with COVID and all that stuff, but we're not going to focus on that. Today, we're going to look ahead to the amazing year we have in front of us with 2021. And thanks to Mattel, we are already 3 singles cases into the year, and today we will be reviewing one of the new singles from KC, the 3rd case of the year, Caleb Worley. He looks awesome, but we'll get to him in a second. First, I have an interesting stat for you guys. So like I said, we're 3 cases in, and we've already gotten 8 new cars. And by new, I mean, actually straight up new. They have this logo on the card. Not talking about tile and variants, not talking about highly anticipated re-releases that haven't been released in 10 years, none of that stuff, just straight up new. And if we compare this to the 3 cases from 2020, we're already 2 ahead. And now 6 to 8, it doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean, that's a much higher rate. You're getting 8 per 3 cases versus 6 per 3, or rather 6 over the course of 3 cases, and now we're getting 8. And if they keep up this rate, it's going to be a great year. I mean, they're averaging a little bit over like 2 new cars per case, and I'm super pumped about all these new cars that Mattel has done so far. I think when you compare them as well, when I say there were 6 last year and there are now 8 this year, it doesn't sound that substantial, but if you think about it, last year, 3 of those new cars were just metallic or silver variants. You have metallic Cal Weathers, silver Jackson Storm, and silver Chick X. It's like, And then you had Trainer Cruz Ramirez. Now, if you cancel out Trainer Cruz Ramirez with Rusty's, the wrecked version that we got in Case A, if you cancel out Noah Gochek with Will Rush, then you're left with Easy Idle Tractor, Caleb Worley, and that Hot Rod River Scott with those metallics and silvers. And I think, 2021 versions, or the 2021 new cars, are much more superior to 2020. And I'm sorry I just went into a rant there, but I think it's important to note that so we can appreciate this year, and I hope it's great. I think it's set up for success, and yeah, let's just get into the review right now, guys. So here's the artwork for Caleb. He looks great. You can see some of his details there. King Bowling Alley, that's cool. Number 3, All Good Auto Parts. He's got his name right there. Looks like a little slogan, and his town. Metal, of course, that just stresses that these are die-cast metal. And I do want to point out, just to avoid any confusion, that they're not entirely metal. The body is metal. Then you have plastic parts, tires, and the base, headlights there. But it's not like they're cheap. That's what Mattel's trying to tell you. These aren't cheap. That's why you have to pay $3.99 at Target. As seen in Cars 3, briefly, I mean, this guy was barely shown at all, and we'll talk about that in a second. And some of the other cars in the case are Pit Crew member Fillmore, Dynaco Cruz Ramirez, Kathy Copter, JD McPillar, Tailgate, Jimbo, and Taco. And I did unbox this case a couple days ago, so I'll leave that link in the description below, along with the card suggestion pop-up in the top right-hand corner. It was a ton of fun, and I definitely recommend you check it out. And I'll be right back with this guy all opened up. Now, before we dive into the depths here of Caleb Worley, I want to give a huge shout out to Yashua for helping me get this car. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but thank you. Of course, he found it at a local store of his, and I just haven't been able to find too many cars. I did unbox the case, but I keep a lot of those in the package, and so I always want to get one to open. So thanks to Yashua, I was able to do that. And same thing with the Hot Rod River Scott that I will be reviewing very soon as well. Alright, so we're going to start with his appearance in Cars 3. I don't really know. I mean, he appeared in the flashback, or I think it was more so... Wait a second. There were 2 scenes where these retro cars were shown. It was when McQueen was watching Doc's crash, and then the flashback of when Doc flipped over Leroy. So I'll put a picture on the screen of where he appears, but it is in the background of the background. It is so faint. But, I mean, that's just what Mattel kind of does nowadays when they get into background cards. But I feel like in Cars 1, when they release background cards, like, you could still see them quite well. Like, I'm thinking, like, Brad Windmiller. Like, I could still see him. I could still see Darlow Anderson. But in Cars 3, it just has a little different vibes to it. Regardless, he's a beautiful car. And I just want to also give you a little stat. Of all the retro racers that you can see here in the background, these are all the ones Mattel's released so far over the last 3.5 years. They have not repainted one. They have not done two on the same body until now. And they were back to back, believe it or not. Floyd Morgan, who was in Case A, has the same exact body as Caleb here. And I mean, it's okay. It's accurate to the movie. It's not like Mattel is cheaping out or anything like that. But I did want to point that out. Now, I guess, you know, it's kind of a competition between these two. Which one is superior? Their expressions in the eyes seem to be slightly different, but their models are the exact same. So I'm kind of let down a little bit about that, but their colors really go well together. Like the white and the turquoise, the red, gray, and the white. Really nice color combos, but we're just going to give Caleb his time. He's due. So he's got those nice little headlights that stick off as plastic pieces. Same with this little bar out here, the guardrail. He's got these bands that keep the hood from popping up. King Bowling Alley. I like that. I'd love to see like or hear more about all these made up fictional companies and restaurants and stuff that are on some of these cars. Like here you have Jen's Diner. Like I don't know. I'd like to meet Jen. I'd like to meet King or whoever. You got like the grill or the vent here that exudes the exhaust from the engine or whatever. I don't know much about cars. There's a very blurry Revolting logo right there, so it does appear that he's partially sponsored by Revolting. Same thing with Dynaco, but Thailand does struggle with smaller, intricate decals like this. Like that's their biggest weakness. They've mastered everything else, in my opinion, but small, intricate logo-like decals, gosh, they really struggle with that. But still, it's cool. I love this 3 logo. It looks really nice. I like how it's supposed to be in the motion blur, but it's like in that retro, so you can clearly see these lines here. I think that's really cool. Caleb Worley there, and he is from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Wonder how they came to conclusion on that name. It's like, of all the towns you could have possibly done, you choose this hyphenated one. I don't know, it's just a little weird to me. All good auto parts, all good. It's a cool slogan. I like that. You know, we haven't got many slogans with the next gens. They tend to just be straight up and simple. And again, you know, I'd love to see more of all good. Probably went out of business though. Here's his base. He was made in the 37th week of 2020 at the A factory. Made in Thailand. He's got these little exhaust pipes that come off the sides here. He's got a side view mirror on this left side and left side only. You have his number there on the roof again and on the back. Let's take a look at his license plate. Oops. Why are we having trouble focusing here? So I can't read what the text above it says because it's all mushed together. But the license plate is C06-34, and then what is that? It looks like pi. It literally looks like the symbol pi. Usually these are like initials with some birthday. So like, but this is clearly not it. This is the first license plate that seems to deviate from the Cars 3 style license plate. And, you know, let me just stress this for you guys here. I mean, if you look at Floyd Morgan, you have H01-08E. So that's initials with the birth date. You have whoever's initials are HE, and then the birthday of January 8th. But they just completely blew that out of the water. We have C and then what looks to be the symbol pi. I mean, guys, maybe I'm just being stupid right now, but tell me what that is. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a lowercase n, but it looks like the symbol pi. If you guys don't know what the symbol pi is, just please look it up. Just PI, that's all you have to type in. And obviously this isn't a birthday because the 34th day of June does not exist the last time I checked. So wow, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Something to think about. But I'm just happy that they didn't do the license plates identically, which they've done in the past when they repaint cars. So bravo to Mattel on that. My favorite I don't know yet. I'd have to give it a couple months. I tend to fall victim to recency bias, which would lead me to say Caleb's my favorite, and I may end up going that way anyway because red's my favorite color, and I like how it looks on him. I also like his sponsors a little bit better. I like the All Good. I like the King Bowling Alley. Although Thorson Trucking, that's cool. I don't know. It's just neat. Both of them are great. Let's pull up the whole gang here now. A lot of people think Duke Coulter's is the same model as these, and although they're similar, they are quite different. And I did review Floyd and Duke. I'll leave those links in the description below, and card suggestion pop up in the top right-hand corner. Yeah, Duke's a little bigger. He's got a little more squared off hood and engine. These guys come to a point a little bit more, a little triangular. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section below if you have any New Year's resolutions. I think it's important to set goals for yourself and measurable goals. Not just like, you know what, I'm gonna run more. Yeah, that's my New Year's resolution. Nah. You can't do that. It's cheating. You gotta be like, I wanna run 4 days a week or something that you can measure. I wanna run for an hour, 4 days a week. Because otherwise, you know, if you just run more, I mean, that's just so vague, so relative. And that's just my advice. You know, maybe I'll do a little podcast one day, a little Disney docket speaks or something. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching my review here of Caleb Worley. I will see you guys soon for my review of Hot Rod River Scott. Bye now.